When did someone's jealousy turn them into a monster? I knew I was in trouble when my 12-year-old stepdaughter Emma started asking for permission to hug me. After her parents divorced, Emma started living with me and her dad, and for the past 2 years we've built this amazing relationship where she'd run to me after school excited to tell me about her day. She called me mama and always said I made the best mac and cheese even though it was literally from a box. Everything changed after her mom Linda got dumped by her boyfriend. Suddenly Emma started coming home from weekend visits acting different. She'd pull away when I tried to hug her and ask weird questions like, do you actually love me or do you just love daddy? I thought it was normal preteen stuff until Emma mentioned her dad had cheated on her mom with me, which wasn't true. Linda cheated and her dad and I met a year later. Linda then started calling during our movie nights claiming Emma needed to talk to her right that second. She'd keep Emma on the phone for hours talking about loyalty and how real families stick together. It hurt that right after those calls, Emma began asking permission to hug me like something was wrong. When Linda discovered I'd gotten Emma into therapy for her anxiety, she twisted it completely saying I thought Emma was broken and needed fixing. But the worst came when I found out Linda had been withholding Emma's anxiety medication during her weekend visits, then taking her to crowded, overwhelming places. Emma would have massive panic attacks and Linda would film them. She called me crying one Saturday after sending me these videos saying, look what your parenting has done to my daughter. If putting a child through that wasn't enough, Linda accidentally left Emma at a soccer game one time. I got a call from Emma sobbing, asking me to pick her up. When I arrived, Emma threw herself into my arms shaking, and Linda showed up right after screaming at me in front of all the other parents about how I'd stolen her daughter's loyalty. Emma was clinging to me terrified, while Linda yelled that I was manipulating her child. She also twisted Emma's therapy progress notes to make it look like I was experimenting on her. When Emma was diagnosed with ADHD, Linda claimed I was medicating her to make her compliant. She edited recordings of me patiently explaining things to Emma to make me sound controlling. I realized I needed to prepare Emma for what was coming, so I taught her breathing techniques for her anxiety, and her and my husband made a memory book of our favorite times together. But one night, Emma started having nightmares about being taken away from me, and her therapist was helping her process the trauma Linda was causing. I constantly reassured her that would never happen, but everything exploded when Linda showed up to school pickup, claiming that I was unstable and obsessed with Emma. She even used my struggle with infertility against me, saying I was desperate for a child and therefore untrustworthy. She then told me to prepare for the court case. Linda's lawyer came out swinging on the first day of court, presenting Linda's doctored videos that made me sound controlling and claimed I was grooming Emma to choose me over her real mother. They showed the judge Emma's drawings that included me in the family and said I'd forced her to draw them. Linda actually sat there nodding like everything was completely normal, but when our lawyer cross-examined Linda, she fell apart completely. When asked why she'd withheld Emma's medication, Linda claimed she was protecting her daughter from unnecessary substances. When pressed about filming Emma's panic attacks, she said she was documenting the abuse. The judge kept raising his eyebrows at her answers, and I could tell he wasn't buying any of it. Linda got so flustered she started rambling about how step-parents shouldn't have rights, and how I was stealing what belonged to her. The judge called for a break when our lawyer was done and said he wanted to hear from Emma directly since this whole case was supposedly about what was best for her. Our lawyer had prepared Emma for this possibility, but so had Linda. She had been coaching her about what to say if she had to testify. Emma had mentioned that Linda told her she needed to tell the truth about how Carol made you feel scared. That night, Emma barely ate dinner and kept asking if she was going to get in trouble for whatever she said. Her dad and I both reassured her that she just needed to tell the truth about how she felt, but I could see she still felt conflicted. The next day, Emma took the stand and what she said decided my fate. Full story on the channel, link below.